guys, and welcome back to Glory Hunter episode 43. I believe this is now 43. And last time out, when I finished the final, I didn't actually show you the trophy wall. So in and around me now, I should remember because this will be fresh in my head, is the trophy wall. So the trophy wall's in and around me. Down there, you can see the different. I think I need to start this way. I think it flips. I'm not sure. So this here is the main trophy, so the silverware that I'm going to be winning, the domestic trophy, should I say, to my, so I need to make sure I can get this right now. There, up here, is the Champions League, that's the Europa League, that's the Euro Cup, the Euros, and that's the World Cup. So, there's the main trophies. As you can see, the highlighted ones is the Europa League, which we're in now, after going out of the Champions League, and the Italian League is highlighted where we do have the Coppa Italia, so we've actually managed to get a single one of them trophies. Apart from that, I'm going to just run you through a quick overview of the just my profile now. This is me. This is everything that's gone on so far. Just a quick update, if anything, through after the final. I'll probably go through this at the end of the season, so this is going to be very quick. We actually have the cup there, as you can see, a few different bits here and there. I'll let you read through it and pause the video as you want to see it, because I go through this at the very end anyway. And as you can see, we've actually not got any Manager of the Month awards, which, despite the fact we had this amazing Serie A run in March, we weren't actually nominated for Manager of the Month. So, I was looking in Serie A this month, we've actually drew Juventus, drew with Roma, beat Sampdoria and beat Brescia. So perhaps for April, I might be up there as in terms of Manager of the Month. Look at Juventus' schedule. It's something I do want to win. They were beat by us, but they're actually doing very well in the Serie A again. Only having 4 games though, so the win percentage is higher. And as well as that, who else was there? That Roma as well. Roma were the other one that probably could rival us. They've had a very bad run in the Serie A. A really bad run. In fact, where's Inter Milan? That's the team we want to look at. Schedule-wise, Serie A for them has been absolutely unreal. They were knocked out of the Champions League though as well, Inter Milan, so they actually just have to focus on the Serie A. But they're the 3 games we're looking for them to lose in their run so we can perhaps overtake them. So, this episode, is going to be the Europa League semi-final. So I'm going to skip over the Atalanta game. I'll bring you that. Since last time, a comfortable win against Brescia, 2-1. But yeah, we're going to see what we can do in the Europa League. We're going to line up. I'll show you the side that we've got. In terms of suspensions and injuries, Saka's picked up another injury, which he's out for 5 days to 3 weeks. So not particularly great. He is getting a lot of injury at the moment. As you can see, this year alone, 2023 that we're in now, he's actually had 3 injuries. One for 3 days, another one for 3 weeks, which is a recurring injury, I believe, here, around his tight groin strain, and then calf. So his legs being a bit feeble. He probably needs that break in the summer. So we're going to see how we can line up against AC Milan today. The away leg is going to be key. Vargas playing pretty well of late. Orsolini having an insane few games. Lecoq needs a rest, which I believe I can now. I'll play Lo Celso there. We'll play the 4-2-2, even though I want to play a bit more. I think a bit more defensive will be the key for this game. Guga and Rodriguez in them fullback roles. I'm very happy playing them there. Koulibaly can come back in, although Grondona actually had a very good game against Juventus in the previous episode, so we'll have to see how he performs. But this is the side we're going to be running with. Do I need to put anyone else on the bench? I don't think I've got any like midfielders that can sit on the bench, if anything. Well, yeah, that's how we're looking at lining up. I'm just going to go cautious. The game plan stays the same for every episode. Lo Celso and Fabian in that midfield instead of Lecoq and Fabian. He does need a rest. The only thing about him being so young is his stamina needs to increase big time. So it's something that if we're getting another midfielder that can sort of just be like a drop in the summer, it might be good for us to do so. So I'm going to tell them it's a great opportunity to prove the pundits wrong. Obviously, as I do every time, I tell them I have faith in them. We should do this game, actually. AC Milan, it should be a good game for us as the game begins. I need to actually have a look at the opposition instructions. I didn't actually look at their team, but I know for a fact Isco has been very, very good for them, like very good for them. So it's a play that we probably have to try and close down quite a bit. But the first highlight of the game looks like it's going to fall towards us. 8 minutes in, Orsolini on this right-hand side. We know he's been very lethal in the last few games. Fabian finds the overlapping run of Guga. Can he find a ball in? He can't. Vargas is there, and Vargas finishes. He misses the first opportunity, but he finishes his second one when the ball falls to him. And that's actually our second clear-cut chance of the game, 8 minutes in. These supportive fullbacks have been absolutely insane for us. Seems like the Italian style of football can't really cope with these fullbacks. Is a bit unlucky for their right back, but Vargas, I think that's 2 attempts there, and Donnarumma, he can't get there, and that puts us 1-0 up. The away goal that we need in the Europa League is over 2 legs, an away goal that we probably need going through to play at our home ground. I don't actually know the ground that Napoli play at. I know the San Siro for AC Milan. This will be the San Siro, which in fact is actually being knocked down. Or maybe it's not being knocked down. I think it's being renovated. I'm not entirely sure. But as Orsolini here actually picks up an injury. So we're going to have to bring on a camper who can play that role. He's accustomed to playing that role. And he has actually been putting in a few good shifts, considering that I've had to play him in a few weird positions, such as central midfield and striker a few games. But a key player coming off for us there, Orsolini, has been critical for us in the past few games, as well as Saka going out. Obviously going to be a bit of a stretch now going in for the last few games of the season, as AC Milan looks to be knocking it around in the midfield here quite nicely. But we do look comfortable at the back. Isco heads it towards Andre Silva, who knocks it down for Isco again. Kessie on the edge of the box, looking like they're trying to get a little bit of a chance, but Kessie puts that over the bar, and we're doing okay here. He's getting a bit of space on the edge of the box, Kessie, but I'm not too worried about him. It's not him that I'm trying to close down. It is Isco. We do know you've been playing very well, but there is still room to improve. I'm going to play it calm. I was impressed. I'm just going to tell him I was impressed with how they've played so far. They've been pretty good so far. Going to the second half, but yeah, I need to actually look at what team where we actually play, what our ground's called. I'm not entirely sure. Well, that's something for sure that we can look at in the future. Vargas picking up the ball now. Looks like we might have the highlight here. Fabian, can he find a ball away? He can. We're progressing forward quite well here. Pinamonti with the hold-up play. Koulibaly, can he find a pass? And Pinamonti through on goal, it looks like. Rodriguez with a great ball and that near-post shot by Pinamonti. I thought he might have curled it around the keeper there, but he just puts it wide. I'm going to demand a bit more from the lads. I want to see us play a bit better out there. They're not looking as motivated, but the pressure is on for them to perform. Kessie's picked up a knock. 64 minutes in, we're going to make a change. Fabian's going to come off for Grondona, and I think I might play it a bit deeper. That 5 at the back formation. Belotti to Vavro, and what a save by Merritt there. What a save! Beautiful save from the corner, as I think, who was it then? Romelu Gnoli had a free header. They've brought on Quincy Promes and Belotti, actually. No, it was Belotti, that had the free header. Tactics-wise, this is how we're going to play it now. We're going to have the 5 at the back, as you can see. Pinamonti coming into that midfield. We drop these 2 men deeper. In fact, Immobile can play in that midfield. And we are just going to play it a bit more defensive as we go into the last few minutes of this game. A 1-1 draw here, I wouldn't even mind. I would not even mind. But a 1-0 win is even better. And if we can hold on to that, I'll be very, very happy. Show some passion, lads. I want to see you ride through to the end of this game. It's at the 85th minute now. They're doing all right here. We're still looking motivated. Rodriguez looking very unfit, actually. You might have to bring him off. I'll bring on Lombardo just so we can get a bit of game time out there. Even if it's 4 minutes. Just bring on a youngster. One of the youth that we had through the academy. And that's 94th minute there, and I think that's us pretty much sorted for the home leg. A 1-0 win away from home. I'm going to say it passionately. People had us written off today. We did very, very, very well, considering. So, elsewhere, Juventus actually drew with Leipzig, which is a big, big positive for them. For Leipzig, sorry. Juventus going into that away leg, that'll be something huge. As this is the semi-final, I was thinking we might actually have another game against Juventus in the final, but Leipzig coming through. I'm not actually seeing how they're doing. 7th in the Bundesliga. Timo Werner in that side, but other than that, Konate and Mukiele, the only two players that I can actually just remember coming through. I don't know any of these other players. I don't know if they've got any big players that are injured. They've got Patrick Schick, who actually looks very good, to be fair to him. I'll respect where respect's deserved, apart from his 12 composure. Harry Wilson, in fact, he's a very good player. Attacking midfielder right. Was he from Liverpool? I want to say he's from Liverpool, or is he Bournemouth? He went to Bournemouth on loan. He's actually from Liverpool, and they picked him up for 16.25 million. So Harry Wilson, very good player. Luis Diaz, I'm not entirely sure who that is, just a standard player. Diawara just sort of falls off towards the bottom half of his. Sabitzer as well, falling off a little bit. Well, yeah, that is the first leg. We'll now go to... Oh, Ferry's actually been sacked here. Oh, yeah, because I sacked him, didn't I? So I'm bringing in some new staff. But anyway, regardless, I'll show you through here I'll play through the next game, should I say, which is the Serie A game. Atalanta, it's a big month, May. Huge month. A lot of cramped games. Games played 3 days after each other. A lot of rotation is going to be key, especially if we have some Europa League games. It might even see a few more games scattered throughout that. In fact, no, because we've only got this semi-final here to cope with. Well, that's about it. But yeah, I'll play through to the AC Milan second leg. I'm getting mixed up with thinking we're in the final. But yeah, I will play it and I'll see how we can perform in this second leg. I'll advance forward and I'll just get straight to it. I keep nattering on. Let's get straight to it. Okay, here we are. We've arrived at the AC Milan game. The game in between against Atalanta ended up in a draw, which was a bit of a disappointing game, really. I don't think we had a bit of the upper edge, but we never had a clear-cut chance. The forwards, Immobile, just sort of proving why. He has scored a lot of goals for us, but it's not been fantastic. He's just, how can I see it? Is there ways of looking at his form? I think his form will be the one that I want to see the most. His goals have come against it's come against Roma, Schalke, Sampdoria, Spal, sort of. They have come against the bigger teams, his goals, but in the small games, he just doesn't seem to... I think it's his work rate, possibly, but it's 17, so it confuses me as to how he's not performing. We deserve to win that game. They had a few decent chances. One thing I want to actually show you is the Champions League, in which it is a full English final. I think that's the first time since 2000. In fact, no, because Liverpool and Tottenham last year, that was... Where was it now? Liverpool, Tottenham there. 2018-19, that was the last time there was an all-English final. But since then, Liverpool have been absolutely dominant in this competition. As you can see, 2017-18 onwards, for the last 6 years now, they've been in the final. So, a big game, actually. I'll show you the semi-final game. A huge game for Manchester United, who actually managed to secure a 5-0 win against Real Madrid, overturning the 3-1 deficit they went down to. My boys all here, as you can see, it's basically my team with the addition of Umtiti, which was the plan originally anyway, to get someone improved off of Lindelof. But it is basically my team this now. Apart from Depay, it is still my team. Bellingham's coming through as a great player. Ansu Fati has been unreal for them. But anyway, I thought I'd just show you the final, because this is now another European final, which you will see in the end whether or not we're going to make this. I've rested a few players out, just so I can have the best team possible in this game, which might have not worked in our favour that previous game, but we'll see how we go on. So, left back, we're going to back with Ricardo Rodriguez, who's been absolutely unreal for us, as well as Guga. The back four are going to be this back five, should I say, even Merritt, Rodriguez, Koulibaly, Manolas, Guga. Midfield two of Fabian Lecoq. Out on the left, Vargas, Lo Celso, Orsolini, due to the fact that Saka is still injured. He's not looking particularly great. He will, in fact, you know what? I'm going to put him on the bench, purely because I might need him at some point. Immobile needs to come onto the bench. I'll take him off for Maffeo. Gulam can come on for Muru. Grandona can be that right back if we need him. Other than that, I think we're pretty good to go. And this is how we're going to play it. We're going to play it a bit positively because, as ever, the 1 goal deficit is still not enough. 1-0 lead is still not enough. Even if it's away goals, all they have to do is score 2 goals and then piles the pressure on us to then get through to the final. Passionately, I'm going to say, you deserve to be in the final, because they definitely do. I'm going to tell them again I have faith in them, which you can't overdo really. And as well as that, I'm going to just quickly go to the opposition and apply the instructions immediately. Suso, where is Isco? Isco, onto his weaker foot, and I want to tightly mark Andre Silva because he did get through last time. They haven't got Kessie anymore, so they are playing Idrissa Gueye, who's still a very good player, but maybe not as good as Kessie is in that midfield. Either way, we're going to start off with whoever wins this. I think can we get the latest scores in there as well to see the Juventus-Leipzig game, how that pans out? All Leipzig have to do at this stage is hold on to their they just have to draw. If it finishes 0-0 for Leipzig, it's probably the best result they can probably look for. But for us as well, 0-0 would be more than happy, but it'd be a very boring game. As we have a first highlight, 25 minutes in here. It is for us. Orsolini picks up the ball, plays it across to Vargas, who finds Pinamonti, and what a save by Donnarumma. Donnarumma, I keep getting this wrong. Donnarumma, what a save. I thought Pinamonti would have scored from that position. Lecoq has a go from range. Lo Celso, can he pick it up? He can't. It's a bit scrappy as they managed to get it away there. But we've come out strong here. Guga with another throw-in to Lecoq. Manolas now. It's auto-powered off. I forgot to turn on my camera. Right, you've joined me here midway through the game. Chris Kamara, live on the scene. No, we won't roll with that. But yeah, Suso with the ball in and it's just gone over the bar. Merritt might have had that covered, who knows, but it's just gone over the bar there. You've seen the gameplay though. You've not really missed much of my face, which isn't a great sight really anyway, let's be honest here. Gone in near enough half time here, 7 attempts on goal. We've been pretty good so far, pretty positive. We've brought the game to AC Milan, and as you can see here, Juventus are in big trouble. Leipzig going 1-0 ahead, is that? Yeah, sorry. So Juventus now have to score 2 to progress through. Otherwise, it goes obviously to penalties if they do score. I'm going to get a bit aggressive with the lads. It's a great opportunity to show the pundits what you're made of. I'm pretty happy with this team. This team's the strongest one we've got at the moment. Whether or not we're bringing Saka for maybe Vargas or Orsolini is the question. But now we do go forward again. Lo Celso, can he find a ball in? He's got a bit of space here. He's made a bit of space for himself. Orsolini at the back post. Lecoq's there. Pinamonti, and it's another goal. 2-0 up now. AC Milan have to score 2 in the last 45 minutes. 40 minutes, sorry, because there will be added time, obviously. The last 40 minutes, Lo Celso with the ball in, falls to Orsolini, just doesn't win the header. Lecoq plays the ball in, he finds Pinamonti with great vision. I don't know if it was a shot, but it looked more like a pass, because I thought he would have taken it down his chest if he wanted to shoot. But now, a highlight from kickoff, not something you like to see in FM. Not at all. Romagnoli plays it back to Donnarumma. Getting it right this time. Back to Donnarumma again. They're playing it a bit risky around the back now as he punts it forward towards Suso. He takes it down very nicely. Suso coming forward and it's put wide. No, not afraid of those type of shots as Leipzig are hanging on. 60th minute. Fabian looking very tired. I might have to bring him off to be fair. But we're looking pretty strong still. I'm going to drop it back to balance now just to try and ease off the attacking threat we're trying to pose. As Vargas wins the ball back, Fabian's on the ball. Can he find a ball over the top? Koulibaly plays it back to Merritt and we restart here. Will he hold on to the ball? He won't. Koulibaly now. Back to Manolas. We're playing nice, slow football. A bit scary here. I don't like seeing this sort of passing around the back. It does put me on edge. Guga running it forward though, making these forward runs. Fabian, can he distribute it? He can. To Vargas. Vargas takes on his man. Darting inside. Rodriguez is out on that left-hand side. We know he's lethal with this cross. Orsolini at the back post. He follows it up. The defender falls asleep and it's 3-0 on aggregate. 2-0 on the night. And we're doing the business here to AC Milan. Vargas just tries to cut through. It's a good tackle. It's a good play. In fact, it wasn't a tackle. It was a good pass out to Rodriguez who whips one across the box and the defender just falls asleep. Who's that there? He's going to get shouting. I can't click on him. I can't figure out who it is. It looks like this fella. What on earth? I should have targeted him. I should have seen that. Okay, well, they've got a very good player. They've got their wing backs are shocking. No wonder we're winning this game. And that is just so confused. That has confused me so much now. Why are they playing such poor left and right backs? Anyway, let's see what we can do here. AC Milan have a free kick. I've brought Immobile on, maybe to bolster this sort of defence, to try and head it away, which has worked in effect. As they do come forward still, though. Can he find a ball back down the line? But I can't. I'm just looked at their wing backs now. I've seen this wing back from Sampdoria, the guy with the name I can't pronounce, so I won't try to. As Orsolini nicks it off him. In fact, let's just see where this goes. And he's right at Donnarumma. No real stress there for him, tactics-wise. But yeah, Arsen Sijovic. I think that's how you pronounce it. Where's Immobile? There he is. Need to ping him into that sort of role there. And play Lo Celso a bit deeper. In fact, I need to bring him off as well. I'll bring on Gulam. Gulam can play there, I think. Yeah, Gulam. I'll just play the Gulam there, regardless. And who else needs to come off? Orsolini needs to come off. I'll bring on Saka. Although he is injured, I don't want to just bring him on just a bit of game time. But their wing backs, the one on loan from Sampdoria, very, very good player. I want to sign him if anything, but I'm pretty happy with how our wing backs has progressed now. They're looking very, very sharp, our wing backs now, especially Rodriguez on that left-hand side. I probably don't need to bring him in then. As Pinamonti gets the ball in the box and it's punted away, they're looking like they might come forward. Now Shaqiri to Belotti, the two substitutes who've come on. Belotti puts it wide. Not scared at all. 3 goals in 18 games it was for Manchester United. We have history with Belotti. We know we know what to expect from him, really. Watch him go and score 3 now in the last 6 minutes. But let's see, Isco coming forward. He is lethal. You give him a lot of time there and merit with a good save. But then this Oberatin, so Arsenovic, there we go, got there in the end. He's very good. I've got to give him that. And Oberatin, just never heard of him. Excuse me. But there we have it. We've gone through. We are through to the final. Congratulations, we are in the final. All the players very happy here now. Immobile, I need to find out if he's been happy because he's not been happy of late. Vargas as well. But there we have it. A big, big upset there. Leipzig beating Juventus 1-0 at home. Doing the business against them. Juventus falling off a little bit of late. But we have progressed through, kept the clean sheets that we've needed to do. And we are through to the final of the Europa League. Another final, perhaps another trophy. And we've done very, very well here. Rasenballsport Leipzig, with their team, I'd like to say we're favourites. I'd like to say we are favourites. They are. When is that game going to be played? Hopefully not in between all the Serie A games. Oh, it is as well. It's played right between. That is horrible. 2 games after the AC Milan game. 2 days. What a shot. Why not? Well, I didn't see that coming, so I'll have to see what we can do here. But I will probably bring you another episode. It'll probably be Sassuolo and Fiorentina, a nice 2 games in between, and then I'll bring you the final of the Europa League as a single episode, and also the final day of the well, depending on we'll see how this plays out. I'll probably bunch these. If we have no hope of winning the Serie A, we'll see how we do, because I'm pretty much sure we've comfortably got 4th. At least. Where are we now? 68 points. Oh, in fact, no. We're 5 points behind AC Milan here now. How many points behind Inter? 11 points behind Inter. We have to win our next games. We have to win our next few games. Well, if we win our next game, we go 8 points behind Inter Milan with 6 games left. 18 points up for grabs. We need Inter Milan to have a shocking end to the season. 4 points behind Juventus if they lose, but we are currently 7 points behind them. Might not win the league this season, but we shall see how we do. As I said, I'll bring you those 2 games there, as we need to scroll down miles. Bring you the Sassuolo and Fiorentina games, 2 exciting games. Miss out that AC Milan game, which could be key, but we'll see what we can do. Leipzig in the final will be a single episode, and then we'll see if we can win the title. If it comes down to the final day, we shall see. But there, I'll probably just bring you a season review if not. But yeah, I hope you did enjoy this episode. Going through to the Europa League final, it's a big one. We've been on this unbeaten run now. We're getting a lot of greens and yellows. We're looking pretty strong considering our team isn't very deep. We're looking pretty good. So, if you did enjoy the video, leave a like as ever. 2 likes, and I shall release another upload today. As you know, it's going to be 2 likes for the foreseeable future. As the views, you know, you got to be realistic here. But yeah, two likes, and I shall put up another upload. And then obviously, if we start reaching the target a lot, I'll start just pinging out more, asking for more likes. But I shall try and deliver as much as I can. I am enjoying this series a lot. And yeah, if you're enjoying this content, subscribe as well. And I shall see you in the next one. Ciao.